Hi, I'm Scott Case, and I'm the founding CEO of the Startup America Partnership and also the founding Chief Technology Officer for Priceline.com. And I'm here with the Wall Street Journal Startup of the Year with a couple of the founders from Radiate Athletics.
Radiate Athletics, we essentially invented the world's first sports apparel shirt that literally gives you real-time feedback on exertion levels, calorie burning without using any types of batteries. Doesn't use any energy. The only energy it really uses is energy from your muscles exerting themselves basically to their maximum potential. And from that body heat that's generated, it literally lets you know if you're working biceps, triceps, arms, chest, abs, and everything else. And it also differentiates what you're working harder as far as one body part versus another one. So you can isolate certain muscles, make sure that you're working out just as hard every time. Even if you're getting stronger, you're still working out just as hard every workout.
From your perspective, um, give me the kind of the key use case here. Who's the main customer for this product?
It's really for anybody who wants to improve athletic performance. It's a training tool. We've seen that our shirt is most appreciated by people who are all out. They love full intensity. They love maximizing the time in the gym. They find time to go to the workout often. So the people that we really sort of see grabbing up the Radiate shirt most are people who just love fitness already. It's been very useful with people who are trying to get in shape though too. It's a great tool for learning metabolic consumption rates. So you can actually sort of visualize in a color way uh, how you're losing weight and where you're exerting yourself most. So we've seen it on both ends really.
All right, so part of my big question for you guys is I had the chance to meet with you once up in New York, and as I've been thinking about Radiate, I've been trying to really hone in on kind of what's the killer app here? What's the customer profile? And I'm going to force you guys to be much more detailed about it. So paint me a picture, and Kenny and Jared, you guys figure out who should do this, but paint me a picture for who this person is and how they're using it kind of, I guess, day to day and what they're getting out of it. What's their real benefit? Like it feels to me like it's a novelty, and I'm trying to understand how it's going to actually improve my overall performance. So I hear the words, but I don't believe you. So first thing I want to hear is
Mhm.
who's this person? I get they're sort of a gym rat, they want this high performance, but like tell me more about their story, about what are they trying to improve on? Why are they trying to do what they're doing? What's the output benefit? I want to know more about the who, and then I want to really understand the killer app. But tell me more about this person.
Okay, well, Scott, like this, it's ironic you said that because the person who came up with it was actually me, and I was recruited for college basketball. I played sports throughout high school, varsity level. But when I first initially started this project and started the R&D process of the actual shirt, the reason why I did it is because I was out of shape. I was trying to get back into shape, and I wanted to do it quickly. I didn't want to cheat. I just wanted to have pretty much like the best possible tools available to me. Now, as I was competing with my younger brother to essentially get stronger, to build more muscle mass, what I was realizing is that just because you're getting stronger and you're lifting more weight doesn't mean that you're exerting yourself as hard every single workout. Sorry about that. Every single workout. So what I did was I came up with the Radiate shirt to make sure that every single workout I'm raising my body temperature to a certain level to not only burn calories and to be more healthy, but to make sure that I'm literally working every muscle as hard as I possibly can. Like sometimes you'll actually be like maybe tired that day, or maybe you're not feeling good, but
Let
so
me
you think
interrupt
you're
you.
working harder
So,
than you are.
but how many people are there? Like how many athletes are there, right? Sounds like to me this might be for the high school athlete, maybe the college athlete, maybe the recent college, somebody who wants to stay fit. But give me a sense of the
Mhm.
size of this market here, like because when I think about what you're doing, if I run it up against, let's say, Under Armour, right, who wants to be
Mhm.
performance athletic apparel for everybody, right, to improve athletes of all types, whether you're a suburban mom who's walking 3 miles a day or 5 miles a day, or you're a triathlete, there's a set of performance enhancing apparel that's going to help you perform better. It sounds to me like you've got a very narrow audience that actually is going to be saying like, yeah, I did 80 sit-ups today, and I don't know if 85 would have been more or not, but am I really going to put it on this shirt to decide whether it's going to be for me, or is it really that college athlete or somebody who's really trying to get to peak fitness? And if so, how big could that market be? I'm not getting it.
Exactly. No, I completely understand. I mean, with Under Armour initially, like it did go after like people who were pretty much trying to reach like their peak in performance in actual training. The market that we're going after is actually training, whether that's training for collegiate, high school, or even professional athletes. That's the core person who's going to use it. Someone who really wants to reach their optimal level, not someone who just does like the basic workouts, because but it can be used in that manner as far as weight loss and motivation. But our core users are pretty much those who really want to reach optimal levels. And what we've seen is over the past few years, people are getting more into the P90X and the CrossFit gyms, and they're more radical in their workout. So that
Okay.
whole group, and there's actually over 4,000 of those gyms, like worldwide. Like
How are you
that's
going to
extreme.
So
Go
how are
ahead.
you going to reach those? How are you going to reach those people? What's your distribution strategy, and how you're going to actually get in front of those kinds of athletes? Because it feels like it's a special class of athlete. Not everybody's doing a P90X, even if they aspire to want to do it. Probably a lot of people buy that
Yeah,
product and it sits under their bed and never gets used. They go through one
yeah,
workout and they feel like they're going to die. So
yeah.
how are you going to get to these people?
Well, like, before I say that, like how like you're saying like it's kind of for like the top athletes. Well, like even though like let's say that you aspire to be Michael Jordan, like even though you'll never be that, like you still want the best product out there. So you'll still buy like a pair of Michael Jordans even if you can't even jump. You know what I mean? So, but as far as moving forward, as far as the distribution channel, what we previously did was work with numerous CrossFits and Max Out gyms like across the country, especially locally. And what we're working with currently is working with Brookstone for the holiday 2013 season. We are working with different retail distribution channels nationally as well as internationally. We have a portfolio of about 50 different international distributors, ranging from everywhere from Canada all the way to China. And we actually closed a recent deal for about $3 million in the Middle East with a distributor there. And that's a completely different, market base where they're not really looking at like the LeBron James and the Tom Brady's. They're looking at soccer. So it's a completely different market. They're not aspiring to be Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, but they might want to be like their favorite soccer player. And even in that market, they just want like the absolute best workout shirt, and it is affordable. It's not ultra expensive. We're talking shirts that are like $40, 40, $50. They're not $130, which would really put it like in such a small market, such a niche market that it would be like only for the people who are trying to get to the professional level.
So I hear things like Brookstone and sold a deal in the Middle East, and it, it I think you need to be really careful about how you're defining your customer, because the Brookstone customer is a novelty customer. They're not the customer that's going
Yeah,
to talk
it's
about
true.
how valuable this tool is. They're not going to be getting on the internet and showing pictures of themselves and how hard they work out. This is the kind of thing my wife gets me, who says, "Hey, you work out a lot. I saw this in Brookstone. I thought you'd like it." I'm never wearing it, right? I'm not your
Yeah,
customer, right?
yeah,
I'm not your
So
guy.
Scott, I mean Scott, that's a great point. And something to keep in mind is that not only is now the perfect timing for the Radiate shirt, but we brought it to market and we've experienced rapid growth within the past 3 months. It's been huge for us. And honestly, we've been bombarded by people coming to us, not only just professional athletes, but celebrities as well, pitching ideas to us, really claiming that they can handle distribution for us or claiming that they can put it in storefronts, very appealing deals. And to be completely honest with you, we're sort of feeling it all out and sort of going at it slower than we'd like to. We see a huge potential here, but in all honesty, your mentorship would be enormous for us, or as we develop the company and sort of take it and choose the best distribution channels as possible.
So I think so. I guess my guidance for you is that these are choices that you, as the entrepreneur, need to make, and you're going to always have a lot of people pushing you in different directions. That's why I'm pushing you so hard to define who your ideal customer is and make sure that the opportunities that come your way are enhancing the relationship with um, that customer base, and to not distract you from a bunch of things that don't get at that core customer. Because if you build a power base of unbelievably fanatical customers for your product, then you can always push it in the other directions. But if you scattershot and you end up with, you know, middle-aged white suburban guy as one customer segment, and then you end up with high-performing athlete at the other, it's hard to have the brand be meaningful because it doesn't mean the same thing to me as it does to that high-performing athlete, right? So my counsel to you is, I think you got to get really, really clear about what your story is about who's that core customer, and don't allow all these really, you know, wonderful people to distract you from how do you attack that core customer, how do you become they become really close. And I don't I'm playing back to you the high performance athlete as that core customer. It could be that you're going after me as a customer, but then go after me as the customer. Don't talk about that performance athlete because that's not me. I'm never going to work out as hard as you work out, Kenny. That's just not who I am, right? I want to work out a little bit more than I do each time, but I think you need to be really, really clear about that. So what I'd love to see back from you in the next, and I'll give it a week, 2 weeks, um, send me an email with a very, very specific customer profile that you want to go after, and how the things you're currently doing go after that customer. Tell me a story about who that person is and how you're going to help get them engaged in what you're doing, right? And again, I don't have a particular point of view about what that customer should be. That's your job. But I feel at the moment, as I'm listening to you, you're sort of all over the place. And it's a challenge a lot of entrepreneurs have. So that's kind of my homework assignment for you guys. And then what we can do is do a turn on email, or we can have another discussion live about how you then make sure that all these tons of opportunities, Jared, that are coming at you, you have to say no to a bunch of them, even though you don't want to, right? You're
Yeah,
gonna need to say no to them because
yeah.
all those things could kill your business because you're ignoring the core of what you're really trying to accomplish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely makes sense because I mean it's interesting because there was we have like Dick's Sporting Goods interested, East Bay, Foot Locker, and those were actually first. But Brookstone was like, we can get you in like this holiday season. So I was like, yes, let's do that one instead of waiting. Like, wait, let's be patient. Maybe we should wait for those other contracts to take hold in 2014.
But we can come back and say, if we understand that core customer, we can position what you've got at Brookstone to still go after that core customer, right? So, you
True,
know,
true.
in other words, there's ways that you can do this that could still leverage the distribution channel without selling your soul in the process. But let's do a turn on email, and you've got all my digits and stuff, and then let's talk from there. All right?
Okay.
Scott, that sounds great. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
Good luck,
Appreciate
guys. Thank
the
you.
time. Appreciate it. Thanks.